A lot of other students around here, I'll never forget, I would overhear them just kind of, I'd be in the same room and they'd be like, did you hear like Midland started up this esports? Like, how are they getting paid to play video games?
People are like, wait, that's a thing? I'm like, yeah, it's a thing. Because, you know, growing up, video games is a waste of time, and honestly, it's not anymore.
Midland University in Fremont is giving gamers a chance to compete collegiately and get their school paid for while they do it. The school's esports program is on the pioneering edge as the gaming community continues to grow.
I think 4 to 5 years ago is when the first scholarshiped esports college team came into being. We were one of the first 5 to do it. And I think there's probably now well into the 30s and 40s that actually scholarship it and classify it as a varsity sport. You know, sure, you had some, and I would say a minority of people that really questioned and were very skeptical of, you know, how this could even be put in the same vein as basketball or anything like that. And, you know, we're just giving these kids that same opportunity.
Esports is the common term for team competition using multiplayer video games throughout the world. Among the most popular games are League of Legends, Overwatch, and Hearthstone. At Midland, all 3 are played, but it all started with League of Legends.
It's very similar to basketball. There's 5 positions in basketball, there's 5 positions in League of Legends. Each position takes a unique set of skills. So like in basketball, you have your guard, you have your shooting guard, your power forward, your center, and your small forward. Same idea in League of Legends. You have your mid lane, you have your ADC, your support, your jungler, and your top lane. You're all on the same team working towards your primary goal to go and blow up their base.
Yep. The biggest thing with this game is trust, and you can find that in any game, honestly, but if you can't trust the person sitting next to you to follow through with what they normally do, then it's gonna be a terrible game.
Good job. The gaming community had been at Midland long before the athletic department approved the esports program, and it was that community that helped convince the university to give the program a chance.
When I was a student here, I was also the creator for Midland University Gaming, which was the gaming organization on campus. The goal there was get people out of their dorm rooms, play in one area, just build a community.
While the first attempt at the gaming organization may not have flourished, it was revived by Joey Evans. Evans, then on scholarship to play basketball at Midland, was approached about upgrading the community's status.
A couple of my buddies were like, hey, you play a lot of video games, you're active on campus, you're an RA, why don't you start up the gaming club? We used to have it and now it kind of fell through. So I started that back up and my boss goes, hey, what do you think about possibly starting this up as like an actual sport?
With Joey's help, Midland took a chance, rolling the dice on an esports team. He then made the switch, leaving his basketball scholarship and taking one in esports.
To make it a varsity sport, to put it on that same level, to give it the same attention, the same resources that you do your mainstream sports, I think is huge for the esports community and certainly for the esports kids here at Midland.
We didn't have this lab behind us. We didn't have the computers. I had to prove that students actually did want to go to college to be on an esports team, and getting the funding in the background for that, they're like, you show us the students, we'll give you the money.
Last year we played downstairs right behind the mailboxes. It was an old, the Midland Activities crew, their office, I guess. Played down there, a small little room. It really was like basically playing in your backyard for basketball to a point.
We had the kids that were passionate about it. We had fans that were passionate about it. You know, from just purely an excellence or success standpoint, it probably wasn't where you want to be, but for a new program, we were certainly happy with that, and we're looking for ways to continue to grow the program.
From a small computer lab in their first season, the team has been upgraded to a state-of-the-art arena.
I think in order to get more student athletes, you do have to put the resources in, and the more student athletes you get, the more resources you can put in. So we think that will be a big draw for us and really provide an environment that our gamers can flourish in.
I want to be able to fill every desk every night. That's my goal. 40 kids playing video games, getting the fun out of it, getting the joy, having friends, making friends. That's what I want to see. Competition-wise, that'll come. But what I want to build here is a community.
The community experience opens the doors for these gamers, exposing them to situations they may not have been in otherwise.
There was a recruit that I was working on that wanted to come play here for Hearthstone, and he was homeschooled, so he didn't really have this he had social anxiety, let's put it that way. And so he came and he wanted to visit. He was like, hey, this is pretty cool. His dad came out. His dad's a big World of Warcraft player, and so they play video games at home. That's something that he's comfortable with. They came out and my team was there. And these kids, I had a football player, I had an arts student, and they were sitting there chit-chatting it up, talking to each other. 3 kids that would never have had a conversation outside of this game were having this conversation, and they were just having fun. And the dad looks at me and goes, you know what? That's what I want for my son.
As the popularity of esports continues to grow collegiately, Midland has positioned itself as a pioneer, not just in Nebraska, but across the country.
We just have to do a good job of selling what we have from an educational standpoint and an opportunity standpoint in esports, and we're going to continue to work really hard at that, and we'll see where it goes.
Being a student here, before this opportunity even came about, I would never have dreamed it. And then being even a part of this, being on the forefront myself, is really cool. The experience is huge, and honestly, Midland's aspirations for it are great. So I think we're doing great things here at Midland for that very reason.